my name is Akiva Goldman, and I'm an attorney with Goldman and Associates. Today we're continuing our video series on family law. Please subscribe to this channel to avail yourself of this valuable information. Today we're talking about a really interesting topic. What if I can't afford the child support? What do I do? Well, you have to understand that the Michigan child support figure is based on Michigan child support guidelines. They're going to take into account all sorts of things. They're going to take into account how many children there are. If you have custody of other children that you're already supporting, they're going to take that into account. They're going to take into account how much mom makes, how much dad makes. They're going to take into account how many overnights with mom, how many overnights with dad. You know, all of these things are built into the formula. So when a person calls up and says, well, I can't afford to pay child support. Well, what does that mean? I mean, if they were living together in wedded bliss, would they not put meals on the table for their children because they, quote, can't afford it? Well, I mean, they would find a way to support their children. They would go out and get another job. They would find a way to manage. Maybe they would cut down on their own recreational activities. Maybe they'd smoke less cigarettes if it would put Special K cereal in the pantry. Maybe they would make these sacrifices. So when people say, I can't afford child support, what are they really saying? Surely they can afford to support the children they brought into the world to some degree. Now, if what they really mean is, I'm paying $700 a month, but I lost my job or my hours were cut, I can't afford to pay that, well, then there's something you can do about that. I mean, there's no question that if you've had a diminishment in income, a diminishment in hours, if the numbers are wrong, if the children are with you all the time, even though they're supposed to be part-time with the other spouse, so now all the financial burden is on you, you have to contact your lawyer to file an appropriate motion to modify the child support. And that can be done. It can be done to take an unrealistic situation and put realistic numbers on it. But hear me when I tell you, there will be some child support. There's no question about it. There's only one scenario where there's not child support, and that is when you both have the child an equal amount of overnights throughout the year, and you both make the exact same amount of money. If there's any deviation in that, someone is paying someone child support. I don't care if it's 50 cents a month. There may be a very little amount, but the court will calculate some level of support given the scenario. Now, the court does have the option of reserving child support until an event or circumstances flushes through or is determined. The court does have that option. But generally speaking, the court is going to tell you, if you say, you know, I can't afford it because of reason X, Y, Z, the court will tell you all sorts of things that you're not going to like. Things that you're going to think are judgmental, but things that are nonetheless reflective of the court's attitude and prioritization of supporting your kids. The court may tell you sell your car. The court may tell you give up your Lions tickets. The court may tell you smoke less cigarettes. Don't eat out so much. The court may tell you don't go to the bar after work with your buddies. That cut down on your recreational things to support your kids. Your attitude might be, well, those are the only things I have of enjoyment in my whole life. Otherwise, I'm just a slave to my job. That may be the case. But, you know, if you can't provide the court with a legitimate reason why the support should be modified, the court's likely to tell you to give up some of your creature comforts. So bear that in mind. If you have any questions about that, reach out, and of course, we'll be glad to help you out.